Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome once again to my channel. Esoteric Cloud Surfer here, ready to take a ride in an esoteric cloud which is lighter, less dense, and also is vibing on a higher frequency in comparison to the bodies that we are using right now. Emotions, mind, flesh. So when your spirit jumps out of your more dense bodies into esoteric cloud, it can fly, it can float to higher, more expanded, broader, wider and wiser realms of reality, so you can look at yourself and your circumstances, the circulum where you stand, in a lighter way, so you can feel about yourself in a lighter way as well. And one last comparison before we start the video: as the clouds outside in our world float above the earth, you can do the same. You just float above your problems. We have problems and situations, not just problems. You have bird's eye view and you can make better decisions, you can comprehend better the steps you took to reach a certain position, so everything can be alright, okay? I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings and emotions as well, a whole bunch of individuality and creativity and responsibility. Check my link tree in the description below. Check my beautiful partner Mysterious pages. She has a link tree now as well, it will be in the description below. A huge shout out to the SoulGroup, to Archangel Uriel, and to everybody out there changing the world right now. So the title of this video is You Actually Never Fall Down. Yeah, I wanted to add up something more, but it is there is no use to that. Okay, so let's also focus and let's do it. So you never fall down, spiritually speaking. Why? Right? That's what I'm here to say. Let me explain it. So I draw this little map, right? And you might recognize, if you can read my letter correctly, you might recognize that these names here are the names of the archangels, right? Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel, right? And why am I using the archangels here? Because what is an archangel? It's an angle that makes an arch. So it goes above something. It has a higher perspective about something. And when we talk about archangels, we're talking about, like in a more realistic way, the highest a person can go in a specific area. Okay? Because why we have four archangels? Because they represent four different things. Okay? And the archangel Raphael means when you reach so high into that specific area that you call it the highest part. You can't go any further than that. It's beyond your capabilities, it's beyond your knowledge and wisdom, it's beyond your belief and imagination. Okay, then what the archangels do and resonate with is for another video. It's not for today. Today is very important to understand that the archangels mean the highest part of a space. The further away you can travel from your comfort zone, from what you know already. Okay? They represent that, the furthest you can go. Not what is furthest from you, that's the farther, how further you can go. Okay? And Raphael is a great example, because Raphael is when you take yourself, your space, and you see yourself or others see you as the highest in something. Okay? The best soccer player, the most charismatic person in your classroom, and you start to forget that you are all of those things, and you start to focus only on Raphael, showing your light, placing your light, your individuality, your expressions above everybody else around you, right? There are even people out there that they support that. Celebrities, fans, the fans support the celebrity seeing him or herself above them. Okay, that's perfectly real. That exists out there in real life, okay? But spirits love change, and spirits don't give a fuck about names, about ideas, about feelings. Feelings is a bit more interconnected because spirits care about frequency and vibration and energy. Okay? So when you do something too much, when you do too much of the same energy, if you only focus your spirit on Raphael, as an example, it accumulates energy. And now, remember, you moved to Raphael, right? You were on your space, you were on your balance point. I can write here balance point, or the center point, or the equilibrium point, right? And when you spend too much time in one position without moving around to other positions, mentally, when you can't see yourself in other positions, or you literally can't do it, right? You start to accumulate more energy, and the more you accumulate, it gets denser, heavier, and if you know about physics and chemistry, if in the same volume of space you add more things into it, they start bouncing off into each other, and with the walls of the recipient increasing the pressure and increasing the movement and increasing the temperature to explode, right? And that's what will happen. It's too much, too heavy for your spirit to hold on, so it must fall. And that's where the juice, the meat and the bones of this video are, okay? Let me just equilibrium. That's a Latin term, right? Equilibrium. Equilibrium, balance, one. So you were here, and you start because by yourself or somebody else start to worship your light, your individuality. Now you see yourself here, and you don't want to leave. So you accumulate too much energy over here, and you must come back to the balance point, right? And this, you coming back to the balance point, it's what many people consider falling from a high horse, okay? But you're not falling. That it's not bad. That is the perfect thing that could happen to you. Come back to a center point. Your spirit remind itself that it's not supposed for you to place yourself above everybody else. Why? Quick reasons: because you close yourself to all possibilities. You do not accept others teaching you things, right? And you can't evolve, you can't grow as a spirit without all possibilities and being open to learn something new. So if you spend too much time in Raphael, you don't want to see other lights. You just care about your own light. So you'll develop, your spirit will be tired, your spirit will be rebellious against your own self, against your body, against your reflection, against you. So it will just come down to an equilibrium point. And that is falling, so you never fall. You always come back to equilibrium point. And you can do... So, what is a cloud surfer? If you start on the equilibrium point and you go to Gabriel, isn't that falling? No, because spiritually speaking, falling does not even exist. The only thing that exists is closeness and distance. Alright? And because I'm using 2D, a drawing, to explain 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, even 3D, right? So bear with me. Because even if you can say, oh, but this is falling, you're going down, you're going to Gabriel. If Raphael is worshipping your light, Gabriel is worshipping your darkness. You're insecure, you don't want to expose yourself, you want to manipulate, you want to work on the shadows, you don't want to believe that you are capable, you want to be a victim. Right, you're right, but that's not falling, because when you do that, when you are so lost into your own darkness, you think that you are going up. That means that you are using fire, water, air, and earth, right? And your spirit is working for them. So now, instead of it being the head, the arms and the legs, is the other way around. So you are going down, but you believe you're going up. Okay, it's better of perspective. All right. So when you are going too much into Gabriel, for your spirit, it seems you are going up because usually your spirit uses fire, water, air, and earth to work for it, the five-pointed star. But when you go to Gabriel, when you become a demon, it inverts, right? So now your spirit is working for all of those things, but it seems you are still going up. It seems you are going somewhere where you can release, where you can enjoy, where you can express, but no, you're just going deeper and deeper and deeper, okay? So, even though it seems you are going up, you're not, you're just getting further away from yourself. You are traveling into zones where your spirit has no business being there. You can go there, take a quick look, learn something new, come back to your space, and then grow from there. Balance with Raphael, Gabriel, Michael, and Uriel, right? So you never fall. You always come back to a point of equilibrium, right? And many Masons, many people out there, they are afraid of life. They are afraid of death. They are afraid of rejection. They are afraid of enjoying something, and then they imagine themselves losing that something, so they stop caring so much about that thing because they are afraid. They just don't understand. They are coming back to themselves. When you were born in this world, you didn't have shit. You were just a baby. The only things you were attached to was your mind, emotions, body, and your mama's titties. Nothing else, right? So basically, you're just coming back to that space of you having nothing, but you can have everything. So yes, you might lose some fame. If you come out, if you are too much time on Raphael and you come back down, you might lose some fame, you might lose some influence, but you also lose responsibilities, you lose limits, you lose, oh, I have to act in certain way, otherwise I will lose this position, because you don't have that position anymore. Now you're more yourself. Now you can start do things more on yourself. Gabriel, you are afraid to express yourself. You are afraid to show others your individuality and creativity. But sometimes people might discover certain things and you're spying on me. You are invading my privacy. No, they are just charging you up with energy so you can come up. Basically, they are burning a fire under your ass so you can come up to a equilibrium point and start being yourself, right? If you are too much into Michael, you are attaching to, you're not doing anything too much, you're not doing something enough. You are, oh, let me go there. Oh, let me go there. Oh, but I want to go there. You are always starting something and you keep attaching, keeping attaching, and sooner and later you have to find that, bro, I need to be attached to myself. If you do too much Uriel, you're just detaching and destroying shit. You're not building, you're not associating, you're not being a demon, because Uriel is separating from all of this. That's why Uriel is the demon slayer, because you just detach. You can't be a demon without attach, but you also can't manifest without attachment. You can't manifest without being a demon. A little bit. That's why if you too much Uriel, you need to come back to real life and do something. If you too much Michael, you too much of a demon. You can't spend. You always need to be doing something. You can't meditate. It's hard for you to relax. It's hard for you to accept different things. It's hard for you to instead of eating your favorite plate today, you eat something else because it's better for you. Things like that. But if you always sacrificing your pleasures because it's the best thing for you, you're spiritually lost in Uriel. Always detaching, always going too far out. Okay? Michael is getting close. Uriel is getting away. Raphael is getting higher. You think you higher because there is no such thing as higher and low. It's only if a group of spirits see another spirit as higher, then they believe it. But it's not true. They just do that. They just behave in that way. They worship it. But it's their choice. So Raphael is you seeing yourself above something else, or because you might be very humble, quote unquote, but others start to praise you. Others, because there are people, there is spirits out there, they like to worship. You have spirits they like to be worshipped, and you have spirits they like to worship. And sometimes, if you are a Leo, a Libra, a Pisces, it's very easy for people to start worshiping you. And you're like, okay, I'm accepted. And then you go too far. You go into the archangel. You're going too far away into receiving light. If you go too far away into Gabriel, you even others try to support you. Man, you can do this. And you'll be like, nah, because you don't know my true pain. You don't do. I need this. I don't need. You don't accept. They are giving you energy, and you don't accept it. Here, they are giving you energy, and you should deny it. Here, they are giving you energy, and you should accept it, but you don't, because you don't want to detach from those lower animalistic natures, because you feel insecure, secure, and comfortable inside, but you need to come back to an equilibrium point. So you never fall, you always come back to an equilibrium point, right? And every time you go too far, it feels like it's rising, because you are expanding, you are traveling, you are experiencing, you are doing something. That's why we exist, to do something. But if you do something too much, it's going to get heavier, toxic, your spirit is going to be tired, because we are here to experience many things. Okay, so don't be too much lost into being the highest, don't be too much lost into being the lowest, don't be lost into attaching to everything, and don't be lost to separating into everything. Moderation, and learn that sometimes that separated from that toxic relationship might feel bad, because you are coming back to an equilibrium point. You were comfortable, you were used to some things, but it's time to come back to your space. And that's not bad, that's good. Stop eating chocolate because it's fucking your intestines. That's good. You might feel shaky, but that's good. Stopping playing so much video games because it's draining you dry. It's sucking you dry. You might feel bored, you might feel it's good. Stop smoking because you're getting too nervous. You might start doing something else to compensate it because you feel so, but it's good. It's good. You're just coming back to a point of balance. All right? So it's never falling. Okay? And Raphael is the best example, because Raphael is what most people associate with going up. Okay? And then, because in a more real level, you can, if you spend too much time in Raphael, you can even start to manifest fake friends that they want to take your light for them. So in that case, it's extremely positive to come down, to come back to your own space. And then you expand. Then you use all of your energy to make this bigger. Because if you only expand in that direction, instead of you having a clear, balanced space, you start to develop things like this. Or things like that. Going down, going up, you know? Or things like this, because you're paying too much attention to just one side, okay? And we want to be balanced. We want those curves, right? Other than that, just remind yourself that you never fall, you never lose, you just come back to your own personal space of equilibrium and balance. So if you need to detach from something, or if you need to go extra hard into something, but it feels weird, it feels a certain way, remember, you on your way. Okay? You are coming to a space of equilibrium, so you can expand again. So, till the next time, Esoteric Cloud Surfer, surfing out. Love yourself and enjoy the external world. See you soon.